Very good. Very good. So we have a lot to talk about. We have a lot to discuss. So much shit has happened in the world of combat sports since we last spoke. I mean, WWE merging with UFC. We have everyone's favorite power slap off to the races, doing big numbers. And I'm sure Gabe and Jake are thrilled about that.
Big numbers? Well, like 2,000 people are watching now, or
and Power Slap is doing just fine.
Is it really?
Power Slap is doing just fine.
Oh, I last I heard the numbers were progressively going lower and lower.
Power Slap is doing just fine.
I would say it's probably crushing on TikTok.
No, at the Apex.
Is it?
Yeah.
You know what? I don't. First of all, I don't go on TikTok, and second, yeah. Anyways, so what else is going on there, Mr. Potter?
I think they're doing pretty good. I mean, oh wait, we can go right into it. We can go right into 5 topics, and oh yeah, Jake brought it up. Oh my goodness, that's actually one of the topics we're going to talk about, and I can't wait. I'm hyped to the tits. Our dreams have finally come true of a perfect UFC, and we'll discuss that a little bit later. But are you boys ready to play 5 topics?
Let's get to it. Let's go.
5.
All right, let's fucking do this. Let's go to 5 topics. Really rusty at this. It's been 3 weeks out of the game, so I'm really fucking rusty. I apologize to everybody watching at home. So, are you guys ready for topic number 1?
Let's go. Bam.
All right, let's do this. Topic number 1. Let's go. All right, so the MMA world is a buzzing with the hype and the buildup of Dillon Danis versus Logan Paul. The shit really hit the fan, really came to a head, especially at the press conference. A big fight broke up. Gabe! Wake up.
What's going on? What are we talking about?
We're talking about.
I'm going to go back to sleep. We're talking about. Yeah, I'm going to go back to bed.
Big fight broke out at the press conference.
Big.
And Logan Paul actually got beamed with a microphone. Gabe, I don't know if you were watching or have been keeping up with the whole shebang, the whole debacle that's been going on, the lead up and the build up with Twitter and Logan Paul's fiance and lawsuits and all that shit. Gabe, what say you about the whole build up and everything going on and what transpired today?
Why does anybody care?
I could have answered that for Gabe. I knew Gabe's answer.
I have not been watching anything about it. And Logan, I had to read his name to remember who he was, is such a lesser talent than his brother that him and Dillon Danis is such a non-fight, non-issue, non-thing that I ever think about. That the madness of it is the fact that either one of them is being talked about. You want to talk about madness? Madness is the fact that people there's any relevance with any of those fucking morons. That's the madness.
Listen, Gabe. All right, let's brass tacks here. Dillon Danis is a big name on the BJJ circuit, and you know that better than anybody.
No, he isn't. No, he isn't. No, he is not.
4-time world champion. He's a BJJ black belt.
He is known in the jiu-jitsu community as a douchebag. Marcelo Garcia, one of the premier jiu-jitsu fighters of all time, kicked him out of his gym. That's all we need to talk about. After that, Dillon Danis doesn't exist as far as I'm concerned. Dude, Marcelo's one of the nicest guys ever. To have him kick you out of your gym, you have to be a genuine scumbag. Nah, I'm done. Nope, wrong.
Dillon Danis actually is a really nice guy.
I don't think anybody's disputing that. But he's a nice guy, but he's also one of the biggest fucking trolls on the planet. And he pushes it. He it's like he just doesn't get it, right? Like you know, somebody making fun of somebody. He just always takes it like 3 steps too far to the point it's like, you know, what the hell's wrong with you? Right?
He's the new generation that he doesn't build himself off of his accolades. He builds himself off of his mouth and his ability to talk shit online. Go out and fight. Go out and do stuff. Don't sit here and be this baby online that just causes problems and rifts. And I get it. That's the new generation. But I'm sorry. I'm a curmudgeon old man. Get off my lawn, Dillon Danis. Get off my lawn.
Yeah, he's done it.
You know what? Like, yeah, continue. I'm sorry.
Jake?
Sorry for cutting you
Well,
off. I'll retort and I'll rebut to.
I was gonna say I can't argue what Gabe's saying at all, but where Dillon Danis, he hasn't fought, I think, since 2018 or 2019. It's been quite some time. He's backed out of a bunch of fights. He's made kind of a mockery of himself. You know, once well looked at, you know, jiu-jitsu competitor. Now he just really hasn't done shit. He got in there with Connor, did some things. But where Dillon Danis does do everything right is his YouTube, his Twitter followers and his social media followers have grown. That's where he's really shined. But that, I mean, I don't know how proud you can be of that. I just don't.
Right. Yeah,
Listen,
I'm in agreement with Jake.
Game,
Oh, go ahead, Mr. Potter. Proceed,
Continue.
please.
No, please.
No,
please. Pop my bubble.
Please.
Oh, okay. All right. So, and by the way, the Paul brothers, these are the same brothers that absolutely tortured Miss Askren in the build-up to the Ben Askren Jake Paul fight. Absolutely literally tortured his wife. Also tortured Tommy Fury's fiance, Molly May. Like, you know, but that goes beyond the fact. And Dillon Danis, of course, he is a Twitter troll and everything like that. Nicest guy on the planet in real life. But and it goes without saying, I don't like the new generation of how they're building up fighters and like how people are making a name for the sport. And like, you know, I'm a big fan because Yushi Sakuraba, he sold out the Tokyo Dome, 100,000 people just being his entertaining self. So that I can agree with. But you know, now the Paul brothers are getting a taste of their own medicine in the form of Dillon Danis, and it's refreshing. And the fact that they're filing a lawsuit against Dillon Danis, I mean, that's kind of a, I don't know. That's
his
kind
wife, his wife is following a lawsuit, and there's an etiquette here, and there's shit talking and everything can be done, but when you start posting your fucking wife getting fucked and all these naked, there's
They
just
do that?
a line. There's just a line, you know.
Oh yeah.
That's what Dillon did?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
They wanted to promote. Boy, he did.
Out of curiosity, just for research, can you send me those clips? Just for research.
I haven't seen it yet. I mean, I need to see it.
I have no idea about that at all. I need to see that for research.
Yeah, no, it's purely research.
And I you know what? David is again. I don't watch or follow any of this shit. If the Paul brothers had did the same thing to Ben Askren's wife or Tommy Fury's wife, or fiance, or whatever I don't care or know about what any of these people do, but they're little bitches for complaining about someone else doing it back to them. Like genuine,
that's been the problem, right?
There's nothing more annoying than the person that does the same thing over and over again, and then when it happens to them, they get upset about it. Fuck you, no, fuck them.
But hey, maybe this whole thing is a way to market this whole fucking this. Listen, I love a fight. I'll watch two bums fight. I like what the Paul brothers have done. I like the celebrity boxing to a certain extent, right? But I think it's just lost its luster. I mean, even Francis Ngannou and Tyson Fury. Yeah, I'm gonna watch it, but do we really care? I mean, it's just kind of lost its its luster.
I don't remember. I don't know if nobody's talking about Tyson Fury and Francis Ngannou. I think that pay-per-view is going to show up with an L. I think they're going to lose money on that pay-per-view. Nobody's talking about it. So. There's no build-up whatsoever. Yeah, I think they're in big trouble.
Is that one of the 5 topics today?
No, it's not one of the 5 topics. That's
wow.
how instant. Nobody asked that question. Nobody's talking about Francis Ngannou fighting Tyson Fury. That's fucking absurd to me. That is absurd. Nobody's talking about Francis Ngannou.
Let's be now. I'm an MMA fan, and I'm so happy that Francis is actually making the money that he deserves. But let's be honest, like, you're fighting the heavyweight champion of the world, the guy who's, the guy. Can Francis? I mean, look, anyone has a knockout shot, but But I look. People paid a lot of money to watch Mayweather versus Conor, and I made so much money on that bet. I'll tell you. You know how many people bet me that Conor was going to get a knockout? I was like, done, son. I made so much money off of my friends because it's just silly. It's silly when you have like elite boxers and you have an MMA guy that comes in to fight them in this elite sport. It's just silly. But you know what?
It gets even crazier because the Fury camp took the Usyk fight 3 months later. Basically they're just looking at Francis as a fucking warm up, which he should be. I mean, in all fair, I think Tyson Fury is probably the greatest heavyweight we've ever seen. Size, mobility, chin, punching power, good footwork he checks all the boxes.
For his size, the man is very impressive. Yep.
I think Tyson Fury is going to play with him, though. That's the
thing. David, I don't ever mean to ever. I will never talk to you at all. But topic number 1 should have been Ngannou versus Fury, not Danis versus Paul. Just saying.
Yeah, but more people. But that's the problem too. More people are talking about Dillon Danis fighting against. Sorry about that. Yeah, more people are talking about Dillon Danis fighting against Logan Paul. More people. That's getting more eyeballs. Everybody.
It's been pretty. They're talking about the press. Listen, the biggest press they're getting is Dillon that really going to show up, and they had to create a lawsuit. They had to do all these other.
When's the fight supposed to happen?
Tomorrow,
Saturday at 2 p.m. Yeah, Saturday at 2 p.m.
Oh, what? No, okay.
Yeah.
That's how much I pay attention.
And it's trending more. It's trending more than Tyson Fury versus Francis Ngannou, 2 world champions. And Dillon Danis and Logan Paul are trending more than Tyson Fury and Francis Ngannou. That is fucking absurd to me. It's crazy, but that's the world we're living in. Is
it the world we're living in? You've got Logan Paul, one of the biggest YouTubers out there. He's got an entire audience he's carrying with him. I don't know how many unique views he's getting. He's just getting, but hey, if he's got a big enough audience to carry it, good for him,
Yeah. Yeah. That's the way.
Okay. So we can do predictions on this? Predictions?
My predictions on Dillon Danis versus Dillon Danis fighting against Logan Paul.
Yep.
I think I'm going to go with, I know Dillon Danis, so I'm going to go with Dillon Danis.
You're out of your fucking mind. You're such a homer. Dude, Dillon Danis has 0 fucking hands. 0. That guy jumped guard in his
I've been in boxing classes with him. He absolutely has hands, Jake.
Potter, he jumped guard in his last fight. He wants nothing to do with stand-up. He's taking a fucking payday. If you're going to bet, this is the one. Because listen, like it or not, Logan still went with Floyd Mayweather. He still went with him.
What?
I'll give you 1,000 to 1 odds. 1,000 to 1 odds that I don't watch.
Oh shit.
I'm telling you.
You know what? I'll give you 5,000 to 1 odds that I don't watch and I don't care.
Topic number 2, Potter.
Let's go. Number 2. Let's go. Come on, let's go.
Okay.
Let's go.
I guess we're done arguing about the topic, are we?
There's no argument. You're not going to let me Let's go number 2. Topic number 2.
Just a little ditty about 2.
On the next edition of Let's Shit on David today, topic number 2, the UFC and the WWE merger The UFC and the WWE merger. What say you? Good for the sport, bad for the sport. They just started they were listed on the NASDAQ for TKO Group. Big things are happening. What do you guys think? Is it good for the sport, bad for the sport? What say you, Gabe?
Well, I mean, the UFC has already become the 800-pound gorilla. I don't think the WWE is going to help them very much, but I think what you'll see is fighters integrated, MMA fighters going to WWE, which gives them an opportunity to make more money. And if fighters can make more money, I'm all for it. Now, I'm not a wrestling fan by any means. I don't care about pro wrestling, but if it's going to make fighters money, let's do it. Good.
Awesome. Jake, what say you, my friend?
Well, Gabe nailed it, right? More avenues for fighters to make money. I don't think nothing changes. It's apples and oranges. It's two separate business entities. People act like you're going to see, fucking the Ultimate Warrior Hulk Hogan in the cage. That's not going to happen. Yeah. I mean, we've seen these failed experience with CM Punk, James Toney. We've seen these. Brock was a successful one, right? But he was a legit wrestler coming in. So nothing changes. These are two separate companies, but like Gabe said, they're both entertainment companies because at the end of the day, UFC is an entertainment platform. That's why they market so hard. Boring fights don't get put on the main card. You're right. We get that. But I do love, like Gabe said, the crossover. You're going to see probably a ton of guys go over to the WWE and have an opportunity to to make some more money.
And to get more views, more eyes on them.
Go ahead,
Potter. I apologize.
I think it's overall good. No, it's all good. I think overall this is great. It reminds me because Pride FC has such a close relationship with New Japan Pro Wrestling, and they had a later partnership with Hustle with Nobuhiko Takada, who is the head of Takada Dojo. And by the way, the main event of Pride 1 was Nobuhiko Takada, a pro wrestler fighting against Rickson Gracie. We all know how that ended up. And you know what? Pro wrestling has done so much to help out UFC and making mixed martial arts mainstream. Like, let's look at The Ultimate Fighter. The Ultimate Fighter was very much like on purpose placed after WWE Raw to retain that audience. And it went gangbusters. And nobody wanted to advertise on the UFC. Like, no commercials were aired. So the UFC said, fuck it. We'll just promote Randy Couture fighting Chuck Liddell 2, and we're going to promote that. And that will take up the commercial time slots. And they pretty much footed the bill with that. And by the way, also, Ken Shamrock, when he fought against Tito Ortiz at UFC 40 Vendetta, Tito Ortiz, obviously Gabe's favorite bedtime hero, Ken Shamrock was still fresh in the minds of pro wrestling fans because his stint in the WWE ended in 2000. He fought against Tito Ortiz in 2002. Pro wrestling has done a lot to help out the sport of mixed martial arts and making it mainstream. So I think overall, MMA, WWE is going to help out MMA. MMA is going to help out, pro wrestling. I think it's a beautiful relationship. It's always has been, always will be. I think it's great.
I don't agree with you that there's going to be this cross basis. I don't think the UFC is going to help the WWE. The WWE has been in business for a long time, and they have their market. It's not going. I don't think it's going to change over too much. Maybe a little bit, but I think the ability for fighters to get opportunities to do pro wrestling matches, I think that's going to be the biggest benefit for fighters.
Yeah, fair enough. Yeah, I don't know. I think the UFC helps out WWE because, like, when Ronda Rousey went over to the WWE, they sold a lot of T-shirts, everything like that. I talked to WWE UFC fans, and they were watching that WrestleMania when Ronda Rousey was debuting with Kurt Angle. She brought eyeballs. Brock Lesnar, when he came back to the WWE after he went to WWE, went to UFC, and then went back to the WWE in 2012. He brought, again, a lot of UFC eyeballs to that first pay-per-view against John Cena. I think the correlation and I think the crossover, and Conor McGregor goes over to WWE, forget about it. UFC is going to really help out fucking the WWE. I'm telling you, there's so many crossover possibilities, and who wouldn't want to see a coked out Conor McGregor go to the WWE ring, fucking go buck wild and fucking punch a referee and just snore a line and do a rail and fucking punch somebody in the face. I mean, I think people
you will never see a high Conor, because fighting's one thing and you can do it. Wrestling is completely scripted, and you're trusting your partner to work together. You're not going to want to see some coked out lunatic.
I think Conor's too much of a wild card to put into the wrestling community.
Maybe we can script, because you said that it's all scripted and maybe we can choreograph him doing a line and doing a rail as like part of a storyline. Oh, fight the Undertaker! Fuck you!
I'd watch it.
We can choreograph it.
Yeah, I would too.
I'd watch it.
Yeah, me too.
You would get something that tunes. You would get something that has no interest in pro wrestling whatsoever. You would get I would tune in for that.
Fair enough. Are you guys ready for topic number 3?
Bam!
All right, let's see if we can argue some more. Let's go. Topic number 3.
The cleanest feet on the feet. 3.
Oh, this definitely shrunk my boner. Oh, man. Topic number 3. Charles out, Costa out, UFC 294. Both those gentlemen are out. What say you, Mr. Gabe?
Unfortunate. Very unfortunate. Those are 2 fights I was very interested in. Now, I'll be honest with you. Volkanovski, Islam 2 is very interesting, but I want Volkanovski with a proper camp and enough time to acclimate to Abu Dhabi. 2 weeks notice is not enough time for Volkanovski. I don't care if he's been training. I know he's been getting ready, but Islam is a very, very different animal than what he's getting prepared for. I think that is a very, very good fight, but again, Volkanovski on 2 weeks notice, getting prepared for it is not fair. And the Costa fight is also another one, which is like, I mean, look, do they pull good backups? 100%. But are they the same backups that has the same intrigue? No, not so much. But you know what? They are good fights. They are good fights. But go ahead, Jake.
Oh
no, I'm so sorry. They're both good fights. Hey, and Jake, what do you say? I'm really fucking rusty tonight. I'm really sorry, gentlemen.
Come on, Potter, get your fucking head
3
in the
weeks
game.
off, Potter. What the fuck? Come on, get on your game, son.
Again, man, I agree with Gabe, but and I'm a big Charles fan. I'm friends with his manager. I've been friends with him. Pretty strong acquaintance for some time, so I always cheer for him. However, man, I love Volk in there. But I do agree it's short notice. But what a fucking gamer Volkanovski is. What a gamer. So Gabe, I got to look at this and think that they might have known something for a while, because he took that fight pretty fucking quick, and this is a huge fight for him. So I wonder if he's been training a little longer than we thought.
You know what? I would hope so, but the big issue is the time difference, and the jet lag is very real. Going from I don't know Australia to Abu Dhabi, but I know America to Abu Dhabi is a massive issue, or South America. And I was actually interested to see how Charles was going to change up his game plan, because his last fight he got kind of dusted, and I was hoping like he would make the proper adjustments. I was interested in that, but my personal feelings, I thought Volkanovski won the first fight.
Me too.
I thought it was 3-2. I thought 3-2. Now admittedly you need to beat the champ to take the champ, but in my opinion it was 3-2. So dude, Volkanovski is a gangster. If he loses in the first round, I don't care. He's a gangster for going in there and taking it on 2 weeks notice.
I have to agree with you. I mean, Charles Oliveira, and I have never met one MMA person that doesn't love Charles Oliveira. I'm a huge Charles Oliveira fanboy, especially a black belt under Macaco, the legendary Macaco, and shout out to him. That shooter box style, training with shooter box. He's like a mix of, excuse me, a mix of Brazilian top team, a mix of shooter box, and all those Brazilian elements that I've always loved and appreciated about Brazilian fighters. That's Charles Oliveira to me. Seeing him out of the fight, very, very disappointing. But Volk fighting against and stepping up to the plate in that rematch on such short notice. I mean, huge brass balls you have to have. And I'm looking forward to that fight. Islam, I don't know who they're going to have in replacement, but I'm very excited for Volk to get back out there. And I have to agree with you, gentlemen, for once, for a change. I thought Volk won the first fight.
I think that Islam is tough as shit, but he's not Khabib. And I think his arrogance is getting the best of him. And I think he was, I'm not going to say exposed because he's one of the best in the world, if not the best in the world. But Volkanovski, even when he had his back, Volkanovski's doing more. It's the number one criteria in judging is damage. And if you have somebody's back and you're not doing anything with it, and somebody's just railing you in the face the entire round, yeah, you had control, but the other guy did way more damage. So that judging could have went, you know.
Do you hear this guy? Do you hear this guy spitting knowledge, son? Jake Hattan dropping knowledge. Man, that's why we get him on the show. That guy fucking knows what he's talking about. That guy,
man.
that guy right there. Jake Hattan.
Even a broken clock's why twice a day, you know.
Jake, let's be honest. You and I are primarily on the same page. It's I don't want to say, but it's the other guy that has a tendency to be a little off on that one. So I'm not gonna.
Yeah, fuck.
But that's okay, cause we're big dick bandits, 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 big dick.
And then he does something to bring us right back in.
Exactly.
Nice job, Potter.
But no.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is Gabe.
God, I wish.
Are you guys done busting my balls? I can go all night.
Now so what do you think about the Costa fight?
Oh,
I'm sorry, another Costa fight. The Khamzat Usman.
I love that fight.
Interesting fight.
I love, and I'll tell you, Khamzat's another one that I think he was exposed. He wiped everybody out. I think he's incredible, but I think he went in there with Gilbert Burns. Gilbert Burns went toe to toe with him, rung his bell several times, listen, at least it showed a chink in his armor, because before he was destroying everybody in the first 20 seconds, never getting punched. You got to see a real sample size, and I'll tell you what, Usman, if he's anywhere near his prime, that motherfucker's a problem for anybody.
I'll tell you, I thought that Khamzat did win the Burns fight, but Burns fucking 100% what you said. He showed chinks in the armor. He showed the guy is not this untouchable force that they were trying to pretend that he was. And Usman dusted Burns. So, I mean, that is an interesting fight. Very interesting fight.
Yeah, Usman's got incredible wrestling. He's got cardio for days.
Yep.
He's got great striking. He's got good power. This is going to be a goddamn good fight. I'm so excited for this fight.
I agree with that. I'm not the Charles fight. I was interested to see about the how he was going to step up and move. The Volkanovski fight is a great opportunity, but I would like to see Volkanovski at 100% primed. Maybe he was. Maybe now I heard. Now again, this is not what I heard. I'm going off what my students have told me. They said that he was getting ready to fight Ilyar or whatever I don't know the 45er.
Ilia Tapura.
Yeah, apparently he was getting ready for that fight, so he is in camp. But Ilyar Tapura is a very, very different fighter than Islam. Drastically different. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
Are you guys ready for topic number 4?
Fuck yeah, born ready, son.
All right, let's fucking do this. Let's go. Topic number 4.
Question 4.
Weird. Look at that. Done.
And USADA part. Oh, well done. Well done, Gabe. So UFC and USADA part ways. The breakup has finally happened. Their relationship will conclude at the end of the year. December 31st is the final day of their relationship, and then the divorce. Gabe, what say you? USADA, UFC have split ways. What do you say?
You know what? Number one, it shows how powerful Conor McGregor actually is. Like, it was all because Conor wouldn't fucking go through the 6-month testing. And that was what the UFC is like, all right, then we're just going to cut USADA, which is fucking, that's the most gangster shit ever. I actually, you know what? I have two train of thoughts. One, just let the fucking floodgates go and let everyone do whatever the fuck they're going to do. And you know what? The best fighter is going to fight. And those that decide to not do it, then, you know, like that is what it is. But I also kind of appreciated the fact that at one point it was as strict as any athletic organization possible. You know what I mean? Like, dude, the NFL and the NBA and the MLB, they weren't covering it. In boxing, we're not covering like the UFC was doing. Like out of competition testing, I actually kind of appreciated that. But you know what? If you're gonna let it out, fucking let them do whatever the fuck they want to do.
Fuck yeah! I want to see like a bunch of Bob the Beast saps, jacked to the gills,
dude,
fucking Vanderlei Silva. Remember when Vanderlei Silva was?
I love Pride. Pride was amazing, dude. Everyone was awesome. Juiced. As a matter of fact, the contract said if you're not on steroids, you're getting paid less, which is not true. But dude, Mark Kerr, that a specimen, just fucking rich, fucking Greek god, dude.
Remember Vitor? Remember Vitor's juiced up back? All the zips and just shredded. Just shredded.
Yeah. And you know what? If everyone knows that they're doing it, who's at fault? You know, like all the guys that are being clean and they're winning, fucking dude, you get double the props. But you know what? Dude, all athletes are fucking cheating anyways. Genuinely. And like, dude,
right.
It's, you know, but going back to my first point, dude, how much power does Conor really have? Because that was really the deciding factor of them fucking dumping USADA.
Yes. I want the drug tests. I want them to not only do the live weigh-ins, but the live drug tests where they whip it out, they take a piss in the cup, and it just melts the fucking cup. It melts the fucking floor, everything. Pissing hot oil. Everyone just roid out to the gills. Fucking go to the ring. Fucking punch somebody's head into the third row. Roid raging. Go into the front row. Bite a baby. Like, go fucking crazy. Go buck wild. I mean, they did it in Dream. Remember Dream had a Super Hulk tournament where everyone was just roid to the gills? Like, fucking A. Let's just let the floodgates open. Everyone just roid to the tits. Let's fucking do this. Like Mark Kerrs. Let's have a whole bunch, like a league of Mark Kerrs fighting and ripping each other's limbs off.
If we're gonna have a real UFC WWE merger, we gotta have the same fucking testing scenario. And WWE, if they were to get tested in WWE, you would not have WWE anymore.
Jake, what do you say? Everyone roided to the tits? What do you think?
Yeah,
what do you think?
Yeah, I wouldn't hate that. And I've got so much to fucking talk about with this. So Conor was, Gabe, you're right. He was one of the determining factors, but they were getting ready, to my understanding, they were getting ready to part ways January 1st with USADA. And again, this comes from very good sources. High up. They're going to use a company, I believe, called Drug Free Sports, based out of Kansas City, Missouri. So they're a legitimate testing pool. They're going to, and you really do. I mean, I know we joke about it, and it would be great seeing, you know, a bunch of Bob Sapps in there and Mark Kerrs just killing each other. But that's what makes the UFC better than these other organizations is they did do a third party, you know, and they were talking about bringing it in-house. You can't do that because that's when things get manipulated. And then being a publicly traded company and under the microscope of the SEC and all the bullshit and regulations, now they've got a third party testing them and a true oversight committee. And what's fucking funny is all these other organizations like PFL that talk shit, those guys should have kept their mouth shut because they got tested. And what was it, about 3 or 4 months ago, where almost all their guys tested hot, you know? So careful what you wish for, right?
No, and actually,
is that true that everybody tested?
A lot of guys
did. A lot of guys
lost like 3 or 4 their title fights.
Their marquee guys got gigged. Their marquee guys. And Jake, like I'm joking, like about this,
sure,
like,
sure.
the steroid fucking world championships. I actually could
Hey,
have.
but Gabe, can I say this? It would
Yes.
be fucking incredible if you got the WWE and UFC and just see who's juiced out of their gill bigger, you know, and that I would tune in for.
I would pay to see the actual. I want to see like the amount of stuff that's utilized on the weekly basis. I paid to see that.
Yeah, me too.
Like the Liver King would be like, "Oh fuck, those guys are on some shit."
For Conor McGregor to get him back, what they'll do for steroid testing, they'll just hand over a piece of paper that says, "Hey, are you on steroids? Check yes for yes and no
or
no."
no.
Oh, that's gonna be a steroid
Check
testing.
me over. Good
That's
to
gonna
go.
be the
Let's
new
get in
gold
there.
standard.
Come on, go in there, Con.
Well,
Sure.
what Gabe said's true though. I mean, so many guys are on. There's so many ways to manipulate these tests. And I would say probably 80% of the guys are probably on or doing something. So let's not get cross here. But you just in small doses. I mean, Vitor was Overeem the one that really put the hammer down on everybody because he kept coming in bigger and bigger and bigger and more shredded. It's like, dude, you're gonna get everybody in trouble, and he fucking did. He ruined it for everybody.
He's not wrong. I agree.
Fucking A. All right, are you guys ready for the fifth and final topic?
Let's go, son.
The evening. Ladies and gentlemen, let's go. Topic.
Let's make a big five.
Oh,
Like upcoming fights, events, and power slap. What are you guys looking forward to?
Hey, Gabe,
Oh,
is
yeah.
Dave still on the podcast?
God, I hope not.
I'm still on.
Why the fuck do you add power slap to a relatively decent topic? He just dumps power slap. It's
Because
like,
I'm looking forward to power slap. Does my opinion matter anymore? Don't answer. Don't
No.
answer that.
until you wear your fucking wiener hat, no.
That's right. You lost your fucking bet. You got to put the wiener hat on.
Where's
I
the
didn't lose
wiener
any
hat,
bet,
Potter?
motherfuckers.
Where's the wiener hat, Potter?
I didn't lose any bet.
Oh,
You
Paul.
guys admitted that power slap brings in an audience. That's entertaining.
No,
to
we
watch.
did
I
not.
won.
We'll
Where's
go
your
back
wiener
and look.
hat?
Do you want to go back and look at that conversation? You are fucking delusional. We will go back and look at that. We felt sorry for you. It was so bad. Gabe and I felt bad for you.
Like,
We were texting behind the scenes.
Let's
We're
go
like,
back to that
oh,
conversation, motherfuckers, because at the end of the conversation, you guys admitted that power slap brings in people. That brings in views.
No. What we said is it gets social media ratings on TikTok, and those are 2-second clips, not an entire fight, not tuning in. It's already been kicked off TNT. It keeps getting demoted down. Yeah, they do good numbers, but UFC is also fucking spoon feeding us this, because if you're a subscriber on YouTube, all of a sudden, not only do you have to see, I look forward to seeing it on my feed, all the UFC shit of actual real fights, then I've got to see the power slap shit. So they're just force feeding it down your throat with their huge audience, and it still hasn't worked.
All right, smart ass.
Yeah.
What fights are you? All right, whatever. What fights are you
All
looking
right,
forward to?
one thing I have to say to you, Potter, it ain't cool being a jive turkey this close to Thanksgiving.
All right, Mr. Gabe, what fights are you looking forward to? Okay, we're off the topic of power slap. I appreciate it.
You know what? I don't. God, I'm the wrong guy to ask about that. I like. There's no like. I don't know. I don't know what fights are. What fights are coming up?
Well, I'll tell you, this weekend is, or in 2 weeks, that UFC 294 spectacular. I mean,
That's the
big one in Saudi Arabia. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good fight. That's a good card that I'm definitely looking forward to. What outside that? What else is on the plate?
Potter, what do we got?
John Jones against Miocic is going to be fucking bonkers. I can't wait. New York
Bonkers
City. I can't wait for John Jones.
Bonkers.
His return.
Bonkers.
Yeah, it's going to be in New York City.
Fuck out of here.
It's going to be amazing.
Well, hey, who else is on that card?
John Jones? I love a John Jones fight. Pound for pound, the greatest fighter ever of all time. John Jones. Greatest fighter of all time.
You know what? So when you say greatest of all time, is he an exceptional talent? 100%, 100%. But like I take in account a lot of other things outside of just their ability. Now, here's the thing. If he's that great, why wasn't he just dusting every single person that he fought? He had a lot of guys at light heavyweight that gave him a run. If he was that good, and the thing was, it's not like he was playing let's use Anderson Silva as a perfect example. When Anderson decision Damian Mai, you saw that he was playing with Damian Mai. You saw that he was playing. You saw that like he's helping him up. He's doing this stuff. That is like, I'm on such a higher level than you. I don't even need to fucking deal with you. John Jones fought everybody just right on the cusp. So I guess I'm a hater. I'm sorry. Don't mind me. He
didn't fight everybody just on the cusp. His last fight with Cyril Gane blew him out of the fucking water. And by the way, those 2 fights that he quote unquote just slid by, he was bored as shit. He was bored of the light heavyweight division. He was completely over it. But look at all the people he beat. Look at all the people.
Multiple people thought Gustafsson beat him.
That was the first time. Second time, what happened?
People thought Reyes beat him. Okay, the second time, yeah, the second time. But the first time, multiple people said that Gustafsson beat him. Multiple people thought that Reyes beat him. Again, like, if he was playing to the point where like he was bored, it wouldn't be like that. Is he the greatest? I don't know. And he's fighting Miocic.
Never lost except to
Miocic is
Matt Hamill because of the.
And I think Miocic is one of the greatest of all time, but he is an aged greatest of all time. You beat an aged, like, dude, when someone beat Roy Jones past his prime, can you really say you beat Roy Jones? No, you didn't beat Roy Jones. You beat an aged Roy Jones. Like, if he beats Miocic, I'm not gonna be that impressed. I'll be impressed if Miocic beats him.
Yeah. Oh, well, I mean, hey, look, we really haven't
John
seen.
Jones.
No, I was going to say we really haven't seen much of John Jones at heavyweight. We saw very sloppy, slow John Jones attack Cyril Gane, and look, I do think John Jones one of the greatest, and what I'll tell you what else what makes him great is how he parties. Him and Chuck Liddell, no other guys could get freaking just literally party out of their gourds, show up the next day and fight a title fight. That is unbelievable. So I will give him that award. But we really haven't seen John Jones at heavyweight move. I know he's a lot lighter in this fight, but I tell you what I saw at heavyweight, there's some guys up that Popovich and some of these heavy hitters that, but I do like John Jones has Gordon Ryan. He's got the king in there grappling, he's trying to win. He's actually doing the training. So, but yeah, it's going to be interesting.
I want to, and as Jake said, I want to see him against like a Pavlich or one of these, the up and coming young guys that are like the next breed of guys. Not this dude. Miocic is one of the greatest of all time at heavyweight, and we can't deny that. But he is also, how old is he now?
I think he's 40. But he's that's a lot of miles on that 40-year-old
dude.
Oh yeah, a lot of miles.
On my 40th
speech, he's
my 40th birthday was the first time I really felt old. Genuinely. Up to 39, I'm like, I still feel good. I still feel young. 40 was like, oh shit, I'm kind of on the other side now. And I'm not Miocic by any standard, but it's not like he's fighting a guy in his prime.
Hey, listen, Gabe. I've seen you move in spar. You don't move like a guy in his 40s. I'll tell you that much. You're still as fucking terrifying as you were in your 20s and in your 30s. Just saying. I've seen you move. You're not old. You're not old,
I can give you 2 minutes of fury. 2 minutes of fury, and then I might break my hip.
You weren't giving that guy 2 minutes of fury. You're giving him like a 10-minute ass whooping, and it was terrifying. Fighters, they grow old and they get miles, but they're still just as fucking terrifying as they ever were. They still remember the technique.
Not with young bucks that can go hard the whole time. It's this, like, look, you put me against someone that is my age or younger that isn't skilled, I'm going to be fine. You put me against a new, young, 25-year-old kid who's 15-0. I'm gonna have a rough night. I might be able. I'm gonna hold on for a little bit, but he's gonna have the speed on me. He's gonna have the ability on me. He's gonna have the durability on me. These are things that, like, as you get older, you genuinely I'm 46. I hate to admit it, but like, dude, I go to sleep and get injured now.
Fair enough.
My wife is laughing because she knows.
I heard her. I heard her laughing in the background.
Yeah. She's sitting there cackling because she knows. I'll wake up. I'm like, oh, my hip. Oh, my back. Yeah.
Yeah.
Now.
Anywho, so we're heading up to the top of the hour. I have to have a hard out at 10 because I have a business call. But nevertheless, thank you very much for joining us. But Gabe, final words and final thoughts from the four-time world champion enjoying his well-deserved anniversary. Congratulations on many years and making babies and having dogs and a beautiful home and a beautiful gym located in Tarzana, California. Kaiju MMA and Fitness.
Kaiju MMA and Fitness,
I believe first class is on you. Is that correct?
100%. Come on in. Happy to have you. But it is nice to be back in the room with you two gentlemen. Sorry, I added myself just because I've had a few drinks. Let's be a little more consistent there, Potter. Let's be a little more consistent on the podcast. Me and Jake the last few times were like, what's going on here? Here? I like the consistency.
A lot of life.
But I also like talking to you guys. It's fun to talk to you guys. I appreciate you. Are we gonna do a nerd fact of the day or what?
Yeah, but a lot of life happens, and of course, gotta get your head right, gotta get everything screwed on straight. So obviously,
We're there now. We're there now. Let's go.
All right, we're there now. All right, and final words and final thoughts from Thunder Jake Hattan, at one point in time considered one of the best fighters in the world. Thunder Jake Hattan. Sorry, I'm rusty, guys. 3 weeks off. But what say you? What are your final words? What are your final thoughts, sir?
You know, I enjoy these shows without guests sometimes because the whole point is I want to talk about the fights, you know?
Yeah.
And with the guests, we're talking about the guests and a little bit about the fights, but man, I enjoy these conversations with you two guys, you know, get different viewpoints.
Fuck
and,
yeah.
you know, so I sometimes I'm like a pressure tank and I got to talk to somebody about fighting. So, you know, the right people, I should say. So, and a lot of people were pissed that we missed the last 2 weeks. So I said, hey, I sent him your number directly. And I said, hey, call Potter, threaten him, trying to kick his ass, whatever you need to do. No, I'm just kidding. Glad to be back also.
I did have multiple people come to me like, what's going on with the pod? Or it's technically a show, not a podcast, but like, what's going on with the show? And I was like, talk to Dave Potter, man. I'm a cog in the wheel of his life.
And even with a 3 week hiatus, I was checking just about an hour ago. We're still number 4 on Amazon Prime, and we're beating Bleacher Report, MMA Junkie, everybody. We're fucking neck and neck right now with the Dallas Cowboys Network and with CBS Sports, which is fucking mind blowing. So I want to appreciate
We're coming, Dallas Cowboys.
Yeah,
you suck anyways.
Yeah,
I don't watch football, but you suck, son. We're coming. We're coming for 3. We're coming for 3.
And by the way, for all the Fight World Live fans, we got a big surprise tomorrow, which we'll be launching. I'm not going to tell anybody, but we got a big surprise coming tomorrow. Been hard at work. I also been dying of COVID as well for the last week and a half. So there's that. So next week, we should have a good guest on. Boys and girls from myself.
Hey, hold on. Where's the nerd fact, motherfucker?
I got hard out in like a minute. I didn't prepare.
Oh, Gabe's going to kick your ass. That's it.
I'm so sorry, guys. Boys and girls, we'll have a nerd fact of the week and a guest from myself, four-time world champion, Mr. Gabe, and Thunder Jake Hattan. We will see you next week on Fight World Live on Amazon Prime. Have a good rest of your week, folks. Peace.